Hey, Ashley, can you tell me a little bit more about this cybersecurity community here in the Raleigh-Durham area?
Yeah, so Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill, we've been growing rapidly from major businesses like the big tech companies, Amazon and Cisco and Red Hats of the world, down to startups. We are the research triangle, so there's a lot of great activity happening with the security community within the security community, and a lot of companies hiring in this area for security professionals.
So, Ashley, are there companies hiring in the area and can they go to BSides Raleigh or BSides RDU and recruit people from there?
Absolutely. Our community is full of security professionals, security enthusiasts, from very beginners to expert level people within our community. It's a great resource for those people as well as those that are looking to recruit for their own companies.
So, Ashley, this year BSides RDU is also at the Carolina Theater in Durham. So, can you tell me a little bit more about the venue and why we picked it?
Yes, so the Carolina Theater of Durham is a really awesome historic building that has been in downtown Durham since 1926. It's in the epicenter of all the most awesome things that happen in Durham. If you're coming in for the weekend, it's a great area to be in. There's a lot of nightlife, a lot of things to do. You're also very close to some of the greatest hiking in the area. Raleigh isn't too far, Chapel Hill isn't too far. So it's a great venue for us. Also, it's a very beautiful building that we just really enjoy being there. It also holds up to about 1,000 people. All right, Omar. So it's actually really awesome to sit here and talk with you. I know we have a good relationship going back. Part of that is because you've been dedicated to BSides RDU for a long time. In fact, I believe there's a wonderful story on how it got started. So I think we'd love to hear about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, long story short, that was 9 years ago. So I was younger. We were all younger. And we were at another conference that was local here in Raleigh a while back, called Carolina Con. Now, since then, they actually have moved to Charlotte. But we also have Carolina Kakalaki Con, which is another conference that we have local. But the longer story short is that, BSides started in Las Vegas. And then whenever they started, I collaborated with a few folks that organized that conference, and during Carolina Con, I was talking to my friends, probably over a few drinks, and say, how come, this place has a BSides and we don't have a BSides? How come this other place has a BSides and we don't have a BSides? And then I just asked everybody there, who wants to make a BSides with me? And I started seeing hands being raised. And I was like, okay, that's getting real. So I kind of sober up a little bit. And then I started actually talking to a lot of folks in here, from JJ. She has been instrumental throughout the year supporting the team. And we extended the team, significantly. Now, fast forward all these years, you guys actually have taken it to the next level. You have a nonprofit organization, you have tons of sponsors, you have tons of activities, from CTFs to workshops to breakout sessions. Big names in the industry have supported us, from day one and everything. So it's an amazing community, an amazing venue, and it's like right in the center of these three different cities, Raleigh, Durham, and Chapel Hill, which is making it super convenient, and super proud of what the team actually has done with the idea, and looking forward to the many years to come. So Ashley, you have been instrumental to the BSides RDU community, but can you tell me a little bit on how BSides, or why BSides is important to you?
Sure. So before I got into security, I was always really interested in really the community and getting more involved. And a friend of mine in Charlotte mentioned that they were going to BSides Augusta, and that was several years ago now. And I decided that I would go to BSides Augusta as well. And I had a really amazing time. I learned so much about security, all the different genres of security. Additionally, it just made me even more passionate about security and about learning. I got to meet so many great people. I was able to network. I met with people from all over the place. I loved it so much that I decided that I was going to try to go to every BSides event that I could. Partly because BSides is one of the most economically feasible conferences when it comes to what you get for what you pay for. These are nonprofit organizations that are really focused on the community. And because it's focused on the community, there's more of a community atmosphere at these conferences than some of, say, like the bigger ones where there's thousands and thousands and thousands of people. So I made it a habit to try to get to every BSides that I could get to. At that point in time, it was before I was in security. So I was driving and volunteering at as many as I could, networking with as many people as I could, and going, as far north as, Washington, D.C., and down all the way to Georgia, and then over to, Charlotte and west of our area. So I learned a ton. I realized the amount of resources that were available at BSides conferences, and it just really, it meant something to me, and it's really helped me in my career. It's helped me to basically helped me figure out what I wanted to do. And ultimately, it's time to give back. And so I wanted to do more than just, go to the different conferences. I wanted to help actually with the one that was in my area. So that's how I got into BSides RDU.
What type of content an attendee can expect from BSides RDU this year?
Great question. Well, first off, we always have really great speakers. These are people that are experts in their field, and they're diverse. So they go in skill level and also subject matter. So we'll see, we haven't chosen our speakers yet this year. The CFP just closed, and so we're going to be going into the voting session soon. But the content is top notch at most BSides events, including BSides RDU. The other things that we have going on, we have a wonderful lockpick village that is put on by Oak City Lock Sport. We have a lot of community sponsors that will be out here, different organizations for you to network with. We have DC 919, there's people from ISSA there, Oak City Lock Sport, 2600. So there's a lot of different groups that find their way to BSides RDU. So there's plenty of people to network with. Additionally, we also have a CTF that's put on by Eversec. They've been running our CTF for many years now. They have recently, the last couple of years, they've moved to a hybrid model, and we're going to have a hybrid model this year. They will have a hybrid model this year so that you can either be on premise and do the CTF or be in the virtual space and still be able to compete. This year, we also have a workshop that's put on by Ben Demick. It's called Software Spelunking 101, and the idea is to help beginners that are interested in getting into reverse engineering answer some of the questions related to that, and then Ben and his team plan to go through some of the different scenarios for reverse engineering and to help people really understand what it is and how to get into it, and some of the questions that they should be asking when they're looking to become a reverse engineer expert.
So Ashley, I heard that BSides RDU is free, but are there tickets, and how do I get one? Do they actually get sold out pretty quickly?
Yes, actually. So BSides RDU is free. There's some reasons behind that, and part of it is that we don't want to add additional fees to our users or our attendees, I should say. So it is free. However, what helps the conference run is we do sell t-shirts, and we have sponsorships. And this year we also plan to have limited edition items for sale that we will announce shortly. So we plan to open the ticket registration soon. We are waiting for a couple different confirmations so that we can make sure that things are right. And then we will be posting those updates on our Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook pages. Additionally, there's also a donate option for this year as well. If you're interested in, maybe you don't want a t-shirt, but you're willing to help put in a donation to help pay for the venue and other things that we have going on, there is that option as well.
I heard that there's an after party after BSides. So can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Of course you want to know, Omar. So this year's after party is going to be held at Ponysaurus Brewing Company, which is in downtown Durham. It's not too far from the theater. It's going to be a really fun time. There's going to be drink and food as well. To register for that after party, you can do that at the same time when you register for your tickets. You can also register for the workshop at that time as well.